Okay, I'm
You should be able to
recording.
run the left and that.
Unavailable on console.
Yeah, you'd have to like join with your microphone on your phone and put like
Okay.
AirPods in or something.
Work. Oh, cool. There we go.
There we go. All right. Yeah. So I don't understand what happened there with that or how that happened.
I didn't start going because of that. Like,
Yeah, and that's understandable. Like that, we're just gonna ignore that. Like that really, that's just so weird, right? Like we'll just go from this position right here and start with the rotation back. And because now that he's recording, I'll start over again with it. So, right here, yeah, definitely following these passes. Since he just got 100 boost, he has a better way of getting to the ball. And
yeah.
while he's back there, you can definitely focus more on like these pads and definitely like make your pitch stop here on back post, and then you would or yeah, Alex, you would go ahead and drive across, and you would be right here, and front post ready to go, and you'd stay back here, just parked, waiting until the play to move on because the way rotation works is you can only rotate as fast as your slowest player. So and that doesn't mean that she's slow right here for not being immediately on the ball. It's just your rotations in general as a team is just slowed down a little bit, so you kind of have to move with it as the speed it's going because you don't want to speed it up way too quickly and then two of you are in the same spot. You're gonna have to work with what how
I
the
think that's
servers
what
work.
ends up happening is I am there.
Yeah, you kind of cut in front of them. What was your goal here when you did cut though? Because I see right here that you felt the path. That's fine. But you turned on
I
ball
didn't know
cam
if she was
immediately,
I
and
didn't know if she was getting it, so like I was just gonna be there as second, but there really was no point on me being there.
so right here, I see that you do see Alex as you're coming back, and then you turned on ball cam, and then you said you fell off the path, but
Yeah.
did you like and I'm not like trying to pick on you or anything, but I was just trying to get like the mind rolling so it's easier to uh grasp the situation as it comes again. Like did you forget Alex was behind you here?
No, I don't know. The start of the game just kind of I was just my
Okay.
mind wasn't really focused because of the
Right.
start.
Okay. Okay. Um, and I only asked that as well because this seems more of like a subconscious decision. You just used all 12 boost and you're rushing into the corner
Yeah, kind
where
of.
there's only a 1v1 situation going on. Uh, you're just kind of holding on the gas a little too much, and from that, like just in this scenario right here, and just kind of you're going a little too quick to get into the play, trying to be fast to get there. But playing fast doesn't always mean driving as fast as possible all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's more on like your decision. So right here, making a quick decision to be like, okay, so he's here. Hey, Alex, I'm behind you. He goes ahead and goes to next right here, and just while you're here on the ball, you go and hit it up right here. It looks like you might be done with the play. Uh, 41 boost. Yeah, because that ball's pretty far away from you. And he's definitely already next to the ball as well. Um, Which we look at POV here. You got that, and since you're not already there on the ball, you need to start thinking about your next role to play. So first off, with this situation here, what is the chance that you get to that ball or you make some kind of touch on that ball that makes it uh better in any way for your teammate? Right. Because right now, at this point, you're just either giving him like no respect and assuming he can't hit that ball off the wall, or that's really like the only possible or positive outcome that can come out of there. That would be good for your team. In which case, yeah, the whole line here would be slowed down, which is fine. You know, that happens. But honestly, you'd rather stay patient and get start the turning early. So, but in this case, since we know he's probably gonna touch that ball based on how he's been playing too, He's been getting his touches on it, and we already know we can just go ahead and get that rotation out. We do have 41 boosts, so we're not starving for boost that much. So right here, we just go ahead and pick up the speed, rotate around on those pads, and then get the rotation going. So it's a little visual line here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oops. Okay. So the zip boost isn't there, that's fine. We'll go ahead and go this pad, this pad, this pad, this pad, and get back behind Alex here. And because of you doing that, um, by going out this way, it makes it a little easier for Potato here to know he's next on this ball. So that way, when he tries to go here, he has a much more clear path of him being able to go for it. Which, I mean, we already talked about Potato. You would more than likely be back here. And even if you come back here, you do have an option too. If you're still behind him, you can go on back wall and like wait up here. You could probably even get to that ball from there. But I don't know how your off the wall jump are. So we'll just assume that you'd be able to contest that. But even then, since you would go for that 50 right up here from going up here. Let's say you still miss and you got a pass. It makes it a little bit easier on Alex to know that he's next to get this ball, and that's his ball.
Yeah, see, I kind of thought he was, so that's why I just kind of went slow.
So this is something we definitely want to start getting out of the habit of first. Get into this position where we're awkward and we have we have nothing to add to this play. Let's go ahead and get that gas rolling and rotate out of the play. That way, while you're also rotating out this way, you can also look for people in the shooter lane, playing as like a second man, and take them out on your way around, while also getting these pads to get some boost back. And even in some cases, you can just go ahead and get this big boost when it's there. That way you'll be at 100, ready to go on the next push. Because right here, definitely, the moment it was coming down right there, yeah, I think Alex would have definitely been able to get there.
I saw him coming, and so I thought he was going to hit it, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to pinch it into the goal.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm getting at. Like it just the position right here just made the whole play awkward, and
Yeah. I didn't play
definitely
too great this game at all.
that's okay. That's kind of also what we're going over. Just kind of like seeing like the recurring bad habits and trying to consciously start changing that to play better. Speed up. Okay, speed up here, which is good. We want to make sure we stay committed as our second man here. And what I mean by that is, if you're gonna play for this win, you need to make sure you're ready to play for that win when it happens. You still have Alex behind you, so you can honestly just stay pushed here, and you can even start to go for this ball the moment the 50 happens. Which, even then, while you're cheating up, honestly, I would start shifting to these pads. We already know Alex is gonna cover that side, but like I'd probably start shifting over if you're gonna cheat wide. But if you're gonna cheat directly on, we want to make sure we like you just kind of front flip forward and you stay in the middle section.
Yeah.
Maybe off to like a little bit to the side. If you know Alex went to the right, we can play it on this on the field, this part of the field right here. Kind of pushed over a little bit to be ready for a cheat left. Since she got that ahead, now we want to play for this win. We see that there's a chance that it's probably going to pinch this way, while there's also a chance it can go this way. We still know that Alex is on the right side, and so we still want to play that win. In this case, the win's going to be the left side, and the loss is on this side. So obviously, she's trying to make it go forward.
So when you
If
say play the win, you're talking about the 50 win on Jess or the
yes,
50 win on Cassante? Which
so
angle are you talking about on winning?
this ball comes in. She goes for this ball right here.
Uh huh.
He goes for this ball right here. That 50's right here, and the outcome, if it goes anywhere on this side of the play, is considered a win. when it goes anywhere on this side of the play, it's a loss. So this line is kind
Why is
of
that?
this is because this is your best opportunity of scoring, especially considering if you're cheating up on the left side.
Man, I feel like
The
an
best,
idiot because I feel like my best opportunity of scoring is where the orange team isn't, and all three of them are on the left side.
but here's the thing: if you're cheating up and you're playing a second man, your goal as second man is to make sure that ball goes into that net one way or another. And since it pinched to the winning side, which was this side, then that was definitely which it didn't even pinch. Like he just ended up hitting it. This is still considered your win. You're
So if he
playing.
had
You're
fully
playing for
committed,
this.
he'd have a good opportunity to score it there.
Yeah, yeah. So right. So if we go back here, so we push
But I
up a
mean,
little
he's
bit.
low on boost. How could he?
So what do you
Is
mean?
what's his boost
How's
right
he?
now? Can you show me
So
Potato's boost?
Should have
so we
one
start
pad
off at
after,
33.
so
Start off at 33, and he
45.
grabs. He would grab 12.
Oh, he
So
didn't
put him
even
at
use any
45.
boost going up.
Yeah, because he's cheating up. You
Gotcha.
don't use
Okay.
boost when you're cheating up. Yeah.
I use a small bit to
So
wave dash, but that's about it.
right. And yeah, I get what you're saying about putting the ball where the other team isn't, but there's certain times where if you pay attention to how they're rotating, you can tell when they're out of position, and you can go ahead and make this the winning side, instead of this side.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if you stay committed on this left side, even with that 57 boost, and you stay patient, you just kind of push in like this, and you're playing for this. You're playing for anything that
See,
goes on this side.
I don't have fast aerials, so like I wouldn't be able to get to that ball.
Why don't you have fast aerial? What do you mean?
I I'm not quick enough. Is what I'm like. I just can't get up straight. Is it? So like if I was following that, that'd be over my head. Like I wouldn't be able to like go for it.
I can teach you how to quick fast aerial. It's
But then couldn't you also like just cheat wide to the left? Since like you
no,
said, Alex is to the no?
no, and the reason being, while you're still cheating up and you're looking for that short win here, you're also playing for whatever happens here, right? So if that
Okay.
ball pinches and it rolls to the left side, whoever's cheating up here, as long as you're not using your boost and you're positioning yourself appropriately to the situation, once that ball pushes left, you can immediately go for this boost, and you can go ahead and take the ball from the wall or something. So, which at that point, whoever's here, you better find a bad path. Go here, back here, whichever. So yeah. So yeah, that would definitely be your ball to go for potato. And I mean, over time, like it's gonna take a little bit. Even if you miss this ball, Alex is still here to cover your miss because that's his supporting role right now. Is playing for your loss until something else happens. So right here, you're playing for the win because you already have someone playing for that loss. This is the win that you want to go for, and if you're up a little earlier, you can catch it sooner. Um, and then right now he's still playing for loss. Um, Alex is waiting his turn, and then right here that's his ball. Since that's a loss for you, that's his ball now. So what you need to do in this situation is want to make sure we're going ahead and rotating ourselves back to the back post position. We're gonna go out of the play to get back into the play. If we go from this to try to force ourselves into that play and whatnot, that play is still consistently going this way. All of that instead of just coming out like this to meet it and come back in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sorry, my mic wasn't picking it up.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so and another way to think of it is kind of like a wheel, a spinning wheel. Um, you guys are trying to spin the ball this, guys are trying to rotate around this way to push the ball that way. So, as you're pushing, and as even if you miss like the boost or the ball or whatever, we want to make sure we're just still making that rotation out to get out of the way so that the next person can rotate in. You just kind of keep that circle going until you make that breakaway, get that ball back on offense, um, and all of that. Because this makes it really awkward for Alex. Alex has a clean touch here, and if you're back here to support him in his loss right here, Jessica can be on her way back, and since she has 89 boost, she can also make her way onto back wall to support a high aerial up here, so she could be up here waiting while you're down here waiting, covering the ground.
So essentially, as second man, when Potato realizes like maybe I can't get that aerial,
Uh-huh.
he's instead of following the ball, that's when he should start rotating out back around.
So right here, he already kind of forfeit his chance of getting the ball by turning away. And here, I'm actually going to kind of talk about
Yeah.
car body
So
language as
he
well.
should go wide from there, right? And fall behind
So
straight.
right here, he should go behind him this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, to cover him. So that's kind of indication the ball is coming around like this. Oops, like this. And by you going like this, you're kind of giving the indication, hey, you're next. Go ahead and go for that ball. So that way he can start pushing this way and getting pressure going against what they're doing.
Good
So
question, Jed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be very questionable to go for that aerial too. I might try it and I might miss. Very likely
Just-
miss. But
it's
I would also
it's awkward
just
for a
rotate out.
reason. Yeah, it's awkward for a reason because by you going this way and making yourself in an uncomfortable position and really awkward that you're really not comfortable taking the aerial from, instead of putting yourself on this side where the ball is going to try to come to you, you want to make sure you'll be able to see it easier. You can read a little better.
Yeah.
Of course, there's some situations if that ball's zoomed over here and he just happens to be able to cut in and get to it faster by going this way. Sure, that could work. But since the ball's going pretty far off into the uh side here, and they have two guys pushing, I wouldn't even try to push that at this point. I'll just go back because then Alex can know he can at least go for this a little earlier to create a little more pressure because right now they're both looking at it. One of them already jumped for it. If Alex is already up for that ball, it's already pressure on both of them because you can maybe even get this guy to jump too just by going for this ball as Alex. And then you being behind him. Because if Alex misses, you're there behind him to support this touch right here. So let's say Alex already went, he's coming around. He'll be coming back here. And Jessica, we would probably be on our way back here to the back post. So and then you from right there, because you'd be right here. That would be your ball to go for now, and you'd have such a much more clear angle on it from right here
Yeah.
versus right here. Because you can't really read anything from right here, right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but if you're back here, you can see exactly where that ball is going, and you can even take your time since you already know he's not recovering and he's right here. So where Alex is right now is where you would be
Yeah.
just by making that rotation behind him. Alright, so now we cleared it out. Go ahead and push forward here. It was a good try. Let's see. Get a nice touch forward, using abusing their back wall, like to see it. Yep. Good patience here, Alex, letting him go for it first, and then trying to play for the win here. Let's see. So I would say based on his angle, I would position yourself a little more turn forward and still kind of just creeping up right here. Because I think you would have had a much clearer shot like that instead of coming out to the side. Because right now, your main focus is playing that win, which is getting to this ball as fast as possible the moment you're able to score it. So if we're definitely shifted over a little bit,
So with him in the air, I thought he was going to hit it against the crossbar, and so that's why I went wide.
right. But here's the thing, because you got to remember too, as second man, you do have a third man behind you. Since you guys are making this push really quick, you want to make sure you're being efficient with your push and committed to the play. So the moment he touches right there, if you're put right here instead of moving more to the left, Because right there when he's going for that aerial. Yeah. This is unfortunate. But yeah, definitely I would stay
No,
more in the
I hear
center.
you. I hear you.
Yeah. It just allows you to kind of read the ball a little bit better. Because
And then I could have pushed it
and
to
this
the
is one
left
of
a
the
little bit if
yeah,
I wanted to, too.
yeah. I would say honestly getting on the center bit right here, it'll put you in a much easier spot to read either side
Yeah.
because you can't really favor one side.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
no,
to
I'm forced to go to the
play for
right.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta play for both. Which it's a short win window. Your win is technically both left and right in that situation. You're kind of putting yourself in a center of the net position to make sure you can cover this ball, but also a ball that would go this way. But at
Yeah.
that point, I would say this would almost be considered the lost side, with this being the win.
But I hear you. Keep it tighter.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll keep this super tight right here, and then good job as third man here. You know both your teammates are overextended, so then you're also down by one, so you don't want to overcommit, and it's way too early in the game to start, doing that thing. So okay. So you just did a 1-2 play. It didn't get in. That's fine. Both of you need to think about getting your rotation out to make it easier for Jessica to go ahead and play this ball. So right here, looks like you're taking this route out. We haven't determined which side the ball is going to end up on. There's no real front/back post, so we can go ahead and rotate out and cover this side. That's fine. Alex, I want you to go ahead and rotate on these pads. Try to get yourself moved over a little bit. Um, That way we can start getting boost a little bit. And even if you go like right here, you're still getting boost and staying supersonic the whole way, as long as you use a little bit of boost and get there. Go ahead and make your way around the pads and make like a line. The reason I say this is because she's already first man, and we already have Potato over here. It's possible Potato can actually turn and be a quick third man. It's also possible you could do a similar thing, which if that would be the case, off of this pad right here, like right back here, depending on what the current position of everyone is, you might be able to make it a quicker turn right here and then here, which would put you on a really good path to start making this turn into the offensive second man and play the supporting role. And in which case, while she goes for this ball, there's going to be a line with the win side and the lose side. So anything that she gets this way is a win, and you're booking it. You want to score that. Anything that plays to this side is a loss. This is now his ball. This is what he's doing in third man. We don't want to get in the habit of you just cutting in to try to get this ball, because this is a loss. We want to make sure we're making that rotation out, and just like on defense, making a move in a circle, you want to make sure you're going back into the play and keeping the circle moving, because they're going to keep going this way. So you want to push against that.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So right here, let's go ahead and back it up to here. That camera should be as fast as your car. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that.
Yeah, that would have been a much nicer position.
Look at that.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, just by following these pad paths, and you could even have ball cam off a little bit,
Can
because
you
especially when you're
show me
learning
my
it.
camera right before I missed
Yeah.
that goal? So player
Where?
view right
Right
here.
here?
Yeah, keep watching me. I saw Jess, and I thought she was staying back in third, so I didn't look
Oh.
for her coming up.
Even then, like, you have to assume that's her ball. That is 100% her ball. If she doesn't go for it, or they somehow get some weird touch that just bangs it over to where you
Yeah.
were at over there, like,
Yeah, I shouldn't
you
have cut
gotta assume
rotation
that's
there.
not your
Yeah,
ball.
nope, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, that was a big cut. Like
That
you
was a
cut it,
big
but
cut.
the
Yeah.
wrong way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like
you
for
you
me though, I have like I touched the ball once and it didn't go the way I wanted it to, so then I rotate to third. That's typically what I
so
do.
so we
And
want to make sure you're rotating out to third in the right way here. Um, as you gotta remember, you want to go this way because right now this is the rotation that you guys are going. Like your whole team's pushing to get the ball around.
right.
So
So she
and
wouldn't want to go
definitely
back towards the wall? She wouldn't want to go back.
no.
Why?
Reason being is she's gonna look for a bumper or demo now. If you were in the correct position right here to take this shot, uh, she would be able to. Oh my god, I didn't realize you're landing. Okay, ball did shift sides now, so assuming your landing wasn't like that. Um,
Now, I was gonna say normally that is something that I would do, and I usually also go opposite side ball, avoid
so
rotating.
so now we're kind of in that situational point of view. Normally, depending on how your landing is, if you're landing over here with some momentum, we would then definitely rotate out. Because of your landing and recovery being a little off back here, yeah, definitely this way would be the correct route because and I wouldn't even say like right there, I'd say maybe even try to go out to this pad and get yourself on a path. Reason being is the post is now flipping sides. Where this was originally their front post and their back post. The back post is now here and front post is here for them. So
You
their
want to
rotations are
rotate
gonna start pushing
into
this
front
way.
post?
That
You want to,
this is theirs.
yeah, do we want to
That
rotate
was coming out.
into their front post? Like have the circle go
Yeah,
counterclockwise?
so while they're trying to go this way, this is their back post. We're gonna be pushing on them
Got it.
to make this.
Yes. Then
Yeah,
that's why she'd go down and do the football down and rotate back in.
yeah,
Got it.
pretty much. So she'll go down here
Yep,
to get
all the way
the.
down the football. Yep.
Yep. Well, yeah, and this is all depending on the outcome. Right here, you could branch off and do that same thing that I mentioned earlier, and you
Hmm.
could even like come out here to stay a
So
little more
when would she go to the
passive.
diamond here?
If that ball is a loss, so right here, if
If
one of
he
these
got
guys got to
beat?
that ball and started shooting it, then yes, this is where she would definitely stay on this path until this happens right here, where he gets that hit. She could then make a quick turn right here and be a second man.
And then I'm stuck in
What?
third going up the diamond to the right?
So yeah,
Or
you'd
should
be
I
in
go
third here.
wide to the football?
So I gotta back up to where you were here. Since you rotated this way, you're rotating out. So you're already on this side. I would say if that boost spawns, if not, I'd definitely go ahead and book it to this right here, and then maybe even try to go around around the football here to try to get yourself some pads.
Okay. And
Also
then,
be ready because at this point she would be turning in for this aggressive second man play here.
okay.
So you'd be playing the loss outcome, the
I
big
have a
loss
quick
outcome.
question. I've always wondered, you
Yeah.
see the football to the center line? Do you ever want to make that quick, jagged move to grab that boost and then continue up the football? No, no. So back. So look at my rotation. I'm going all the way around the football, right? Right there on that center line boost, near my goal. One more back.
Uh-huh.
Do I ever want to make a jagged tooth, grab that boost, and then continue around the football, or do I want to keep momentum going straight because of how
When you're
boosting
doing
works?
this, when you're doing this,
That's the only time. Otherwise, keep going wide and keep the path
yeah,
straight.
yeah, and depending on where the ball's going, right? So if you can make this turn right here, and you're going for this one to kind of close the gap, that's fine. He's gotta be sure like where's the ball. If the ball is shooting down this way, then yeah, you'll keep it this way and go to this bed, because you want to catch up to that ball and make sure you have a little bit of boost to make a play out of it.
Got it.
Whereas, if the ball is coming downfield this way or something, then yeah, you want to make your push up this way. Is it that's just ball position determines where how you're making this turn right here.
Hmm.
If the ball is all the way on this side, but it's a low threat, then you can just go ahead and take your time on this side and make your way back into it. Whereas if it's a little higher threat, we can go ahead and make our way and play a little more patient, give everybody some time to get back. So Any questions about that?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because now you're kind of in a weird spot where, yeah, because you kind of wanted to. You look like you wanted to play second man here, but then you turned away. So yeah, you already accepted that loss. I'd also even grab this boost while you're at it. That ball is going somewhere where no opponent is at. Might as well just go ahead and boost star while because Jeff should be able to play that next ball. Right?
And instead, I passed it to him.
Yeah, because you already accepted your loss here. Honestly, just go for this boost and starve him of it, and
Yeah.
then go for that ball.
That makes sense.
Because now you're also buying yourself a little more time to read this ball, and you're also giving him less time to get that ball. Because he has 40 boost, but you'd get to it a little sooner than him.
Isn't
Obviously, he has
rotating
less for us, so.
Yeah.
isn't rotating counterclockwise just as good because you look for the demo in the midfield
Yeah.
and then you keep
So
your rotation normalized?
that would
Because
be
rotating
right
to the
here.
right kind of makes it chaos for a minute.
Yeah.
But if you
Well, what?
rotated when you realize he lost out back to the left, he can interfere and buy even more time.
So there's certain points on the field where you do want to do this. For example, right here, you could rotate out so she can go in. When you're rotating out like this, you want to stay on those pads because you want to make sure your boost is plentiful. But also you
I'm
want to look
talking even
for
before where he's at.
demo back here on offense.
If you rewind it back just a little bit further before he makes that pathing back, like when he realizes about here when the ball gets hit, that it's
So
awkward.
right there.
No, keep going. Falling strat. So he's coming out. The
Uh-huh.
ball goes past here. He's cutting in, and then it gets hit off to his right, and he's not going to have a play on it too much. But if
So
he turns back left, he can kind of interfere with the play and keep rotating
so
around
he,
clockwise.
since he already didn't stay committed, we're going off the next option. So
Okay.
right here, it looks like he wants to stay committed, but he already made his decision to go away from it. So now we're not committed. Let's commit to a different strategy.
Okay.
Go ahead and boost starve this while you're at it. You kind of
Hey,
already
Tristan, can you
are
show me how much boost I
on
have at this exact moment?
34.
That's why I backed off.
No, and honestly, that's a plenty of boost. That's honestly plenty of boost, especially if you shift it to the pads. Boom, boom. You can even try to challenge that earlier. But you would have plenty of boost to make a jump, make a quick aerial, and just go dunk him right there. So even if you corrected yourself to the pads immediately and shifted yourself over, you would have definitely been able to read that play and stay committed right here. Because you'd be at 34, 46, 58. You'd be at 58 boost right here. Just by shifting a little more.
Right, right, right.
And then I would assume your confidence to go for this next ball would have been a little bit higher. Because you can definitely get to that ball in time with how much space would be between you.
Right.
You can jump. You definitely jump for that. Yeah. Yeah, good question on that part. So, but yeah, now that we've already committed to be playing on this side, we definitely don't want to be here. This is a bad position to be in just because you're kind of in your side. They want the ball to go this way, and right now you're kind of in a position that would kind of make that ball still go this way for them. So they're still looking for that. Um, so trying to cut it off early here is a little tough to do. So we would definitely want to make sure we're choosing the best option, not just for ourselves, but for our teammates as well. So definitely, yeah, you want to make a cutback earlier than that. Since you didn't take that boost, you need to make sure you're just leaving this for Jessica. Just go ahead and just go this way. Because that was a pretty sketchy move there, but
Yeah, I was really scared. Like,
No, I know. That's what I was saying. Like, because of this touch here, I was saying it just made this part a little sketchy because Potato's unfortunately not back yet. Yeah, that could have been bad, but you did a good job. Um, so now, yeah, going to the back post right here, Alex. You kind of turn right back in. So going back on this, I know we already know he's not back yet, but you know she already did commit to that, and right now you definitely don't want to put two of you there to you know go for that same ball. So definitely want to make sure we're just going ahead and rotating behind Potato and letting him take this next. Because he could be here and he could already go for this ball and be there a little bit, maybe soon, maybe even sooner. But it would definitely make it a little bit easier to challenge this and get it out of your half than cutting back in right here and kind of making the weird rotational slice. Yeah, because then you ended up all the way on that side. And if he's not already here on this ball, that ball is not coming to you at all.
And then
I
it's
don't
a
know if you
3v2. Yeah,
yeah. So while you're playing for that boost, you have to also think, where is your ball right now?
right. Yeah, no, I left my
Where
teammates in a bad position and I cut early.
yeah,
also, I do have a question. When
yeah.
when you leave right here, you had like 60 boost when you got to the 100 pad. How much is it going to take you to get back? Are you going to use that boost to put yourself at 60 exactly where you were?
I figured somebody was going to punch it to me, and then when I saw they weren't there yet, I backed off.
Yeah, that's the thing. Right here, you need to be looking at ball. You need to be looking at ball cam here because already you need to be making sure your path is on this side, rotating out, because we can assume something's gonna happen, especially if you're waiting on it. But I'll definitely like throw on ball cam to look behind you. So touch this pad and then make your way to this pad, this pad. So since
Makes
your
sense.
momentum's
Yeah.
carrying you, kind of boom, boom, and then get yourself back on
Gives
these pad
Potato and
paths.
Jess time to play with it.
Yeah. So then boom, we're right here with 100 boost. 100 with a great view of what's going on, or 78 and over there.
Right, right, right.
And then, you know, you're put in park here, that ball comes out to you, and you can go for that one.
Look at that, 0 boost on max.
Yeah.
When I was spectating, Max and Cassant both did the wall a lot with 0 boost.
Man,
I mean, yeah, when you have momentum and you're using that to carry you to hit the ball, like, it looks, you know, it's threatening. So, yeah, so right here, I'm going to take the time to give you a visual on the offensive positions here. So, first man, making the challenge, as we know. Second man, following for that follow up to get the ball, and then third man as the defender. When we're doing offensive and defensive switches, obviously like the lineup never changes. It's usually first person going, second person trying to help them get it out, and third person playing on that loss. With you know the rotations going around and around, eventually you know, everybody kind of plays through different roles every time. Um, but what I'm getting at with this, for offense, the third man wants to play along this midfield right here. So this whole line in the middle, um, right here, you want to make sure you're making sure that ball doesn't go past this line. You're not going for a crazy shot on net. You're not going for Another passing play. Which there are situations where it does turn into another one, but before we get to there, we have to really understand how to play third man. So right here, you
Third
don't want to
man,
pass this line. You don't want to pass this line. Well, both your teammates are up there.
but third man definitely needs to be closer than like closer to the mid of the court.
Needs to be about right here behind this line. There are some cases where a third man you can be up here where these three pads
What
are.
if you see that your first and second have beaten the other team, but neither of them can get to the ball? It's an open net. The ball is bounced there. Is it ever okay for third man to kind of shoot up forward and try and score that?
Yes, yes, and that's the thing. It's all situational, right? Like right now, you're playing on this loss. You can see this is going on, and we see this loss happens. If she got this across, um, and since we already see Potato is rotating out, Potato, I would say definitely start getting yourself shifted to this way out. You can also cause some good disruption right here, maybe get a bump on your way out. But that would at least signify and make it easier for Alex to push for that ball if it was a win.
In that
But
case, though,
since it's a loss,
is it the rotating out that creates the most openings for the other team to score? Is that where we
yes,
need to? Okay.
yes, 100%. Because if they're trying to make the ball go this way, right? And you don't have your current flowing this way to come back into it, they're gonna still be going this way. And if you guys are rotating out, if you guys are all rotating out this way, you're only going the same way they're going. You don't have anybody to stop this. And the more people going this way, the harder it is to stop it, especially when it's just one man back here. It's really hard for him to stop that ball from like three people coming, right? With one of them, being a teammate. So definitely want to make sure right here, your job is to cover her loss. 100% just cover her loss. There are times where the way things are shifting, if there's enough time being stalled here in the corner, you can start pushing up as that second man right here. And I would honestly stay on these pads right here. Because these pads will leave you in a nice spacious spot to read the ball wherever it's going. And you don't have to be supersonic the whole time. You can just be right here, ready to follow that ball. And the moment it shows up in front of the net, you're there.
Makes
But
sense. But I need
if
to
you
be
lose
watching
that, that's
Potato
fine.
in that instant. So while I'm watching for her loss, I'm also watching Potato's positioning. And if it doesn't look like his car is telegraphed to come back, like let's say he's
No, he is.
making,
It is.
if it wasn't, let's say his car was pointed to the left or pointed forward, I
If
wouldn't
his
rotate.
car is pointed right here and he goes right here, he's already trying to say I'm second man,
Uh huh.
and that's okay. He recovers. He's pointing that direction. He's ready to get this next quick play.
Hmm.
That's fine. Just so honestly, the best thing you can do for your team is just support whatever's going on up here,
Yeah, I think the point I was trying to
right
make
here.
is that we're not just looking at Jess's loss, we're also looking at our other teammate to make sure that they can be the two in that scenario.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if he's already on his way out and he makes it perfectly clear, um, you give me a second, man. But since there was no win here, this is your ball because this is the loss that we're playing for. So kind of made it a pretty long rotation back, and you still got it. It's still your ball, I guess, but it's just a little awkward because yeah, you could definitely go for that a lot sooner.
And then in Potato's case, he was rotating with the flow of their waterfall, and so you think it should have been a little bit more wide here?
Yeah, he should have been on this side where you're at.
How could he have done that efficiently? So if you just back up like just a right, yeah, keep going forward. So
Right here.
when he hits the midfield, can you pause it when he gets to the midfield?
He should have already cut it off early, right here.
Hmm.
Like
And
he should
then
have already cut it off early and went
that
this way
way.
around to get out of the play. Yeah.
Gosh, that seems so wide and far from the ball.
You would think that. Here's the reason, right? So he could also additionally just go straight to these pads and
Yeah,
keep
that's
it
what I was
centered.
thinking at least.
He can still do that, especially but he has zero boost. Yeah, yeah, he could definitely but we have to play the outcome of this ball situationally. Um and this would be let's say Jessica did get the win. He would want to rotate out all the way this way, because
Then yeah, the ball's
now
going
we
in
know
that
the ball's
direction.
gonna end up
Yeah.
somewhere over here. So we want to make sure we're getting ourselves ready for that next play, especially because we know you're gonna be next on the ball.
Got it.
So he can cover this side and get ready to play this loss right here. So always as first man, you want to make sure you're rotating back to that third man position. But if there's a win, of course, that and you just happen to be there, like that's okay as long as your third man is just playing patient and waiting for the loss. Um, I don't see why this would end up being an issue. So yeah, let's do your ball. Just go right there. Definitely make sure we're cutting it back to the post here. Um,
Okay. So I can tell you why I did this. It's because I can see the ball is going right towards Alex, and I didn't want to get in his way.
so you're not trust me on this. You're not gonna get in his way by turning to the right and going behind him. If anything, you're making it easier for him. Because
Okay.
if you think about it, he's already gonna be pushing towards the ball, and this is where the whole stream comes in, where they're going this way. If you're coming
Okay.
around this way, it honestly makes it harder for him because
I mean, I can see that now after you've overplayed it,
yeah.
but yeah.
So we want to make sure we're
Yeah.
making it easier for him to clear that. Yeah, 100%. Make sure we're going ahead and shifting ourselves onto some pads and getting back. And it's okay if you miss a pad or two. As you're learning this, you just as you're going, just make sure you're just following the pads. You try to fall onto the pad path, and honestly, you can fall onto it like a little bit later and still get to a ball faster than if you didn't. But yeah, because you would definitely be on your way back, and you would be like over here, and it would make it a little easier on Potato because he did have a front post rotation, unfortunately. But he,
Well, yeah, and it would make it
um,
easier to see everybody's position. I hear you.
right, yeah. So in this scenario right here, obviously this has already happened. Yeah, definitely. I think you played this right. Uh, freeing up space on the bottom by playing the back ball here. I would say definitely stay committed to the back ball play here, and rotate around this way. Since I believe you are at since you did get that 100 boost, you can go ahead and just rotate around that way, and then you be back post, and then you go front post. I mean the same spot. So, does that make sense for everyone? Uh,
Yeah. B-boy, can you mute your
Yeah.
mic?
Is it echoing?
It was
yeah.
just making some weird sounds.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
But right here, Potato, let's definitely get ourselves to start getting pushing on this and being a little closer to the play. Um, want to make sure we're playing for that win as fast as it comes. So right here, you could still be like right here. This is considered a loss now. Unless you chose early to play for that
Well,
loss.
yeah, so I already saw he lost possession, so like he doesn't have possession of the ball anymore, so I stay closer to the wall.
Okay. So you're playing for that loss. Okay. Okay, I see it. Never mind. But if he was gonna get a win, you definitely want to be over here.
Yeah, I would have
So
already
yeah,
been cutting towards
you kind
mid.
of made up your mind early. I see. Yeah, no, that makes sense. This is a tough spot to be in. Right here, you should have already accepted your loss and go ahead to rotate out this way, because you could get a bump on him real quick, or even like a bump on him on your way out. And also, we want to make sure we're avoiding cutting it all the way for this boost pad to get out, because and even if you did like that, look at how much of a way it goes versus doing like this. Like,
Right.
so we want to make sure we're rotating back into the play as fast as possible to keep this offensive pressure, um, keep it building up until it goes in. Because this kind of like slow the momentum down of the team, just in general based on the direction you're going and the direction they're going. Um, Especially because it made this awkward too. It looked like you were trying to dodge out of the way.
No, I was trying to cut back into the play until I saw that it was a loss.
Yeah. It looks like here, like Jessica's gonna go for that ball. This is her ball for sure. You're just a little far to the left. I want to make sure it's definitely a third man. I would say wall takes priority here. If your first man is on the wall with the ball and your second man's right here, you're playing the loss on the wall, so you want to stay on this right side. And anything that we're this side is second man's ball. So right here we're playing for a loss on this side. So definitely get ourselves over here, and then you can be able to get that ball a lot easier. And the boost spawned, so you could have even driven over that on your way over, just because it spawned there. So that would definitely put you there a lot quicker, and also kind of avoid the bump that goes on here. But like I said before, Alex, definitely want to make sure we're keeping our rotations the same direction throughout. So yeah, definitely try to see if you can get a bump or a demo on your way out. Really helps out a lot too, because it clears up space over here. And then no bump or demo, that's fine.
I've actually never considered going that direction. I've always felt like that's too wide and too out of the play. And by turning back around, I'm helping my team by being closer on the ball to provide offensive pressure. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because now you get yourself into that third man position
And
right
we
here
can keep the
behind this
momentum. The
midline.
water flow keeps going. I got it.
Yep.
Can you
That's
show me
right.
what happens immediately? Yeah, like just keep playing
Yeah.
after. Okay, so I thought he was gonna stay on the wall.
This guy, the
Alex,
Max.
because
Oh,
he's so
Alex.
far over here.
Yeah. So yeah, in this scenario, yeah, it would have been better for him to stay on the wall for your play because you would have challenged it a lot sooner.
Okay.
Well, you did a pretty good job of at least stopping it or
Can
getting
you
that
show me
50 to
my
buy one
camera
ball.
view? Can you show me if I even looked for her?
Yeah. No, yeah, you
I
didn't.
didn't
I
even
remember that.
fucking look.
Yeah, and
You never look for me.
so and just to make sure we're clear, like this, you're not doing that to put yourself down about it. It's just kind of like, oh wow, it's more like a learning thing. Oh, I didn't look. That's
No,
crazy.
totally.
Yeah, but all of that could have been avoided by keeping that turn flowing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because you definitely want to buy some time for this play to play out, while also buying time for him to get back. So yeah, definitely you can even get this early here based on where it's at. So let's see where you'd be at starting from here. Starting from right here. So coming out, boom, demo on our way out. Obviously, you wouldn't have this much speed, but you would already be here as a second man to immediately play this ball. And since you already demoed that guy, or you demoed that, you would have demoed that guy. But since you already demoed him, like that guy wouldn't have been relevant to this play at all. So effective potato might have even gotten it across, and then Jessica would have a free ball as second man, just by causing that little bit of havoc. So yeah, you cut that way too early. I'd honestly keep my rotation all the way back and hit that back post. Let's see. Yeah, want to make sure we're also looking for our teammates, keeping an eye on where they're at. Comms or no comms, like you just turn off the ball cam real quick to see where potatoes at. Because right now you're kind of like tunnel vision a little bit on the ball, and you're also kind of not shifting to the pads. You're just kind of using your memory here. It's okay to take your eyes off the ball for a minute as long as you keep a mental image of, okay, this is playing out in her favor. I can take my eyes off and focus more on where I'm going next, based on where everybody else is on the field. So right here, we go ahead and push ourselves right here, rotate back in, and you would see that ball a lot cleaner.
Makes sense.
Yep. It would have made it a little less awkward for Potato.
Yeah, because he said he got it, and then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
and then I
Honestly, you can go for
assumed he
this
would have
boost right
touched
here,
it.
and then obviously his touch would have happened already. Yeah, because this front post is really tough to defend from. So I'd say that falls back to here.
Well, I already grabbed that mid 100, so like I didn't see a point of me grabbing that back corner. I just went
Okay.
closer to goal.
You would actually go on these pads right here, which would even like put you around to where you can go to the back post. Because even if you stop right here and you turn around, right here. I mean, you probably have ball cam on by now. But you'll be right here at back post. And wait a sec for that to play out, and you can stop him right there.
Yeah.
Alright. So we already know at this point, I'm sure, like a lot of this comes down to the rotations and yeah, but I mean honestly just the rotations at this point. Like that's the biggest thing to start working on, I would say so far. So as this plays out, like go ahead and just stop me if you feel like you need something explained.
So,
What's up?
what if we watched a replay of the games we did win?
Do you have
Like,
those?
I do not. I haven't saved any of them. I don't know if they have. I normally don't save the
This is the
replays
only
from
one I saved. Jess, did you save any?
I did. I saved one, but actually,
I think she only saved the loss.
um, no, it was actually a one. We won. It was the 3-2-1.
Oh, okay, okay.
That could have been
So
the last
I think it
game.
was from the first scrim, not the second one.
Oh, I see. I see.
I only have the first game of the 8 o'clock game, and I
Okay,
have.
so we don't. Okay,
Yeah.
So Jed, that first game, did we win it?
we won the. That
Yes,
was. Are you talking about the this one or the Vibrant Tigers one?
I guess. No, I got the first game of Vibrant Tigers, and
For me, I'm
it's,
more interested in learning about these people because they were a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the Vibrant Tigers one.
I think I have all 5 games for the other one.